I walk a lonely road, the only one that I have ever known. Don't know where it goes, but it's only me and I walk alone. I walk this empty street on the boulevard of broken dreams, where the city sleeps and I'm the only one and I walk alone.
Entonces vayas a la Rasueña. Hoy ha sido un día difícil. Llovió la mayoría del día durante el viaje de 28 kilómetros. Comimos en un bar con buenos bocadillos. En Zubiri tomé las mejores cañas de la vida. Llegué por fin con Patrick. El hospitalero habla mucho y no parece entender que solo 2 hablan el castellano y solo 1 bien. Pero no pienso que diga mucho de importancia. Ahora Bethany me está dando un masaje. Duele un poco, pero es un dolor bien. El hospitalero acaba de entrar para regalarnos café y vino. Regalos perfectos para aquí, puesto que no hay ni bar ni café.
Tuesday, January 11th. This morning I was sitting in a bar in Virgen del Camino with Lynn and Luke and Carlos reading my little information book, and it said there was an alternate route. So I asked Carlos about it, and he said, well, it's about an extra 5K, so that's why we don't take it. Oh, okay. So then they stopped at a second bar on the way out of town, and since I didn't want to, I kept going. Apparently, though, I took the wrong way out of town, took the alternate route that I'd read about. I didn't realize it until a good 6 or 7K later, but hey, I was glad I'd accidentally done it, actually, because it was so pretty, icy and lovely. Anyway, it started going downhill late in the afternoon, when I thought it was even later than it was, and I didn't know where I was. Turns out the town we were going to was a town farther away than I thought, and all I could see anyway was fog and cornfields. I really started to cry almost because, well, hell, I was scared. I thought I was off the Camino, lost, going to be alone in the dark with no choice but sleep in a cornfield or something, or be attacked by a random wolf or rapist or serial killer. This sounds ridiculous, but I really was thinking this. Eventually, there came through the fog a man. Señor, perdón, pero ¿puede usted decirme dónde estoy? And he could, and he did. And I think he saved me an extra 5-ish K. So, I've always thought that my angel, if I have one, is this little 5-year-old girl. But maybe it's an old Spanish man in a green coat with stubble and hearing aids and about 4 teeth.
I remember a hand-lettered sign on the wall of the albergue in Nájera when I did my first Camino in 2003. It read, La meta no es Santiago, la meta es el camino. The goal isn't Santiago, the goal is the walk. And indeed, the journey is itself the destination. Even if you can only do a portion of the walk, even if you never reach Santiago, if you do that portion fully and truly, you will have reached your goal. Getting to the albergue on time to find a bed, or getting to Santiago, will not really get you what you come for. Enjoy every moment of the walk. Take the time, be present in everything that you're doing, or it'll pass you by. Another favorite saying isn't a saying, it's a poem, it's a piece of a poem. And it goes this way. Caminante, no hay camino. Se hace el camino al andar. Walker, there is no road. You make the road as you walk. I have no control over anything except what I'm doing at this very moment and how I react to what happens to me when something does happen, not before. The weather will change, for better or for worse, in its own time. The albergue will be full, or I'll have a bed. The town may or may not have an open bar, may or may not have an open store, may or may not have an open restaurant. I may or may not be able to find any food. I can prepare, still get a blister, still be sore, still not be able to make it where I thought I was going to go. What happens is what's meant to happen. And that's part of living in the present and making everything of what you have at that moment.
Tall buildings of open arches, endlessly kneeling, sonic landscapes, echoing vistas. Someone is listening. These are the days that I've been missing. Give me the taste, give me the joy of summer wine.
Coming back to due west was definitely something of a lifestyle shock. We were in Spain for more than a month, and our bodies and minds grew wholly accustomed to that routine. The transition process of working ourselves back into Erskine culture instead of pilgrim culture has brought challenges. Being in a foreign place really opens the mind to different ways of thinking. Maybe it's the separation from what we feel is safe and known that makes us grow. Maybe it's realizing that the world is much bigger than we thought before, which means realizing that we ourselves are actually smaller than we thought. Or maybe it's something else entirely. But whatever the cause, every single one of us did change in some way. When we came back, Erskine and everyone we left seemed to be exactly the same. It's hard to describe this kind of frustration. How do you relate to your classes, your professors, and even your friends when you come back from an experience like ours? People say, I bet all that made you appreciate America, didn't it? Aren't you so glad to be back home? And I know what answer they want to hear, but instead of saying yes, if I'm honest, I have to say that I don't really know.
These are the days. These are the days.